today we have a practice exercise that uh, involves two partners, and essentially one of the partner feels that their efforts are not being recognized. So this is going to be a role-playing activity. The transcript is on the left-hand side. I'm going to play the audio, but the context is that Martha is frustrated with the way things are going at home, and she built up enough frustration that she's willing to share that with John. Our goal is to listen to this and try to de-escalate the situation. You can use the techniques from Master Conflict De-escalation, which is a video that is going to be in the notes below. And in the interim, let's listen. I've been handling everything for Emily's well-being. I've been pulling my weight in the house, and I don't see you doing the same. All the meals I cook, the clothes I wash, the nights I stay up when she's sick, they just what? Happen by magic? I'm not asking for a medal, John. I don't do it for thanks, but it's like I'm invisible, like what I do doesn't count. I don't think that's fair to me. You're not being fair. You're not committed to our relationship. I don't feel that we have a future together. So you can replay this audio to kind of practice the role playing, but let's kind of review what happened in that situation. So this was kind of like the beginning of the conflict. And at this point, you had two options. Option one is if you have the time, you can deal with it. Roughly, probably the initial conversation may take anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. So you have to have that time allocated. If for some reason you do not have the time, don't be tempted to resolve in a short amount of time that you may have. Better is to excuse yourself using a statement like, for example, I know this is important, but may we discuss it at a later time? Just to kind of give another perspective here, these situations are very difficult, and they are difficult because anger and resentment are felt in those situations, and for people to behave rationally is not possible. May not be possible, not for everybody. Um, so if so going back to option one, if you do have about 10 to 15 minutes to deal with the situation, your job is to solely listen without really reacting to what's being said. You should not cut your partner off. You should wait for about 10 seconds after they're done talking and maybe ask some clarifying questions, or you can repeat the last three words they used to kind of clarify what exactly they mean by what they're saying. You can also make notes if it helps you to um, write down exactly what's being said. In the moment, it will probably not feel very good. It's going to be painful to listen to some of the statements that are being said. Your instinct is going to try to interrupt the person, to try to prove to them or try to make the person see it your way, but this is not the time to do that. You may be also triggered by words like always, never, 100%. These are emotionally triggering words that you should kind of watch out for. And then, as it is here pointed out in bold, you should refrain from quick and witty remarks. Um, the goal is to slow down the conversation. And here are a few things that can help you. Number one, remind yourself everything is going to be okay. This may be a challenging moment, but at the end of the day, you will the the day is going to end. You will be able to go to sleep and kind of evaluate it with a kind of cleaner, fresher perspective the next day. You do not have to have the last word in the conflict. You always have another time. There's going to be a future opportunity after you've been able to kind of digest and think about some of the issues that were brought up to either educate your partner or educate yourself. In the moment, you can only the only thing you can do is to support your partner. And the last kind of tip is to practice gratitude. Remind yourself that your partner is what your partner is good at. So, for example, if your partner cooks for you, it helps you with your challenges. Those are good things to remind yourself in the moment in order to give you some more patience to listen to some of the arguments that are being presented to you. After the conversation or after the initial kind of discussion, you will have to digest everything that's been said. So you'd have to journal the experience, figure out some productive questions, and then you can bring this issue up again, ask some more productive questions, and figure out, where you've made the mistakes or where the issues really lie. And in the video of mastering conflict de-escalation, there are some techniques of what you can do. So if it kind of falls into your area of responsibility, then obviously very quick apology. It's going to be the best way to resolve the situation. If there is some ambiguity about what was said, then you will need to clarify that. Don't take it personally and ask yourself, just like me, this is a statement from an article that's referenced here, but essentially we all act in this way. We all may uh, express our frustrations in kind of negative words, using things like "oh, you're not being fair," so on and so forth. So you cannot be focused on the fact that other people are saying it, because oftentimes we are doing the same thing. So this hopefully will help you not to take it personally. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.